Blessings, dear ones. On October the 28th, we will experience a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. And I know that the last weeks, 2 weeks, has been very intense for many of us, since we had a solar eclipse on October 14th. I know that many eclipses are always a time for deep introspection, a time for deep healing, for quick and sudden changes and shifts. So I know that many of you have been through very challenging days and weeks. And the lunar eclipse, just as the Earth is stationed between the sun and the moon, creating this shadow on the moon between the light of the sun and its reflection on the moon. The lunar eclipse is a time when we experience our own shadow. Our shadow self is coming to our awareness. And at this time, the moon is in Taurus, and it has to do, Taurus is a sign that has to do with the way we live our lives, our physical lives. And at this time, the sun, Mars and Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is our subconscious mind. It is holding the energies of our trauma. And right now there is a time that the light of our awareness is brought into our traumas that may be used to be very subconscious, to be hidden to us. And now is a time when it is revealed. It is coming to be recognized and seen and healed. If we move through this time in an unconscious way, it may feel very overwhelming. And what happens during eclipses is that since we are faced with our own shadow, and that especially the lunar eclipse, the light of the sun is blocked by our unhealed wounds. The moon has to do, it is about our emotions. We may feel as we are a bit lost in our own darkness. This is what I see is playing out for many. And this is what is coming up in many sessions, that many feel as they have lost track, they have lost the direction, they are disconnected from the light, and that the darkness and these old programs and ruins are overwhelming. And right now we are also approaching Halloween and Samhain, and it is a time when the veil is very thin, when darkness and light is coexisting, where we are called into truly hold our light when we move through these shadows, the valley of death, into the place of rebirth. And because it's always easier when everything is joyful, rainbows and unicorn, to stand in our light. But at this time, when the darkest dark inside of us is calling to us and is brought to our awareness, if we can then stand in our light, hold even greater amounts of light, and to be that beacon of light, not just for ourselves, from the unhealed inner child in us, but also for the people around us, for the collective, for humanity. So this is, as we see playing out in the collective, this is a very, very turbulent time. And it is a time that is really calling us to own our light more than ever. And so what this time is asking of you is to see, where are you holding on to unhealed traumas, and maybe especially because the sun, the awareness, the light of awareness is both in Scorpio, in Mars, and in Mercury. And Mercury has to do with our thoughts. How are these traumas playing out in your mind, in your what programs are connected to trauma, and what low vibrational thoughts are repeating in your mind right now, creating actions and manifestations in your life. And Mars has to do with our actions. How do these thought forms, how are you bringing them into action, and how are they contributing into your life with an element of darkness, of the unwanted? How are your traumas playing out in your relationship and situations? So right now many people are faced with their addictions, different kinds of addictions that they use to escape from these traumas, from the darkness. So if you are struggling with addiction, and it is more common that most people tend to believe, so it's not just addiction to substance, but the darkness in itself is very addictive. And because of the way we live our lives, thoughts we invest in actions that we are keep repeating, we are opening up to lower frequency timelines, or possible timelines that holds a lower vibration, and those are affecting us, and they are always, but maybe on a very subconscious level, but at this time they become very clear. So their influence on us, our lives, and our well-being is very, very clear and very obvious and very present right now. So there is many people not feeling so good at this time, and do not really understand what happened to them, that they thought they were on a higher frequency, and now they find themselves lost in this rabbit hole of darkness, of illusions, of addictions, of bad behaviors, and low frequency thoughts, and so on. So it is a time for you to really look at how is this playing out, what thoughts are you investing in, and what old traumas are revisiting you. And so I wanted to share with you a light language healing and clearing for us to move away from this, to close these lower vibrational portals that we have been opened up to, and now more than ever to really choose where we go, where we invest with our energy, and what we are open to, because the darkness or the illusions, the shadows, I prefer to call them, are very present right now. So to not give in for those frequencies, not invest in them, to be the beacon of light and to hold a frequency of peace. And this is what the world needs the most right now. This is what you as human needs the most right now, and we as the human race, to fully stand in our light and to close the openings to these low frequency portals. So we are all surrounded in this protective shield. As I call upon Archangel Michael, all the winged beings, the white flame and the council of light, to assist us. So there is so much assistance coming in as we choose to Be present in light, to choose the light. So what they show me is those tears in your energy field that have been created due to thought patterns and actions. And this connects us with these lower frequencies and lower frequency beings. And so we are surrounded in this bubble of white light, and it is held by blue, laser blue light, the presence of truth, held by Archangel Michael. So they show me the power of these unhealed wounds and the subconscious mind that is co-creating and repeating these energies by feeding it. And they say that if you feel lost right now in darkness, it is not as the darkness. It is more present, but it's more. It's coming to your awareness. It's been there, and has affected you, but you haven't been aware of it. So it's now come to your awareness, so you can choose consciously to move away from it, to close these openings. So if you're willing to stand in your light, say yes to the light and no to the shadows. And they say, by saying yes to the light, you say no to the shadows. So you may say that out loud or internally. Yes, I choose the light, and the light only. So we do not want to play in this field anymore, or allowing those beings to create with our energy. So because that is what happens when we have these openings. We are the children of the light. I am a child of the light. You may want to repeat that. I am a child of the light. So they also show me that guilt is a great factor in this connection, what keeps you connected to the shadows. And they ask me, how can a child of God be guilty? Show that guilt is an illusion. Guilt is only possible when you forgot who you are, that you are eternal. When you forgot who your brothers and sisters are, that they are eternal, untouchable. So they ask you to return to your right mind, the mind that knows only light. And they are fusing your mental body with the light. Nalaya nare kunto sum furianti nishini. Ilianekere son honoyush. Nunoloroshu. Unoyanre toroshanai kiaranai. And I ask to offer up all guilt, all shame, self-blame and self-hatred to the light, because this is what opens you up to the shadows. So Poroshanai. There is no need for you to escape, or try to hide. And addictions is always a way to deal with difficult emotions. So how this is playing out, all the escape mechanisms that you may experience. Just become aware of them. Lelia laro sontosha wakiana learana karosano. Etro faniari noctosha nekriashane krianos. Ask of you to come into stillness. As they are clearing your energy field. As we ask Archangel Michael to search through all your lifetimes, all timelines, for any openings to these lower vibrations, lower frequencies. All events, all actions that you have made, that you have experienced, that keep you stuck in this connection. And they remind me that the experience of being stuck is an illusion. What keeps us stuck is where we invest in guilt and fear, and resentment and blame, blaming ourselves or others. So they ask of you to, as you enter, they're showing me a portal of light, as you move through this portal, to take all your brothers and sisters with you. To recognize the innocence in you is to recognize the innocence in them. And we can, if we are unwilling to take anyone with us into the light, we are keeping the light away from ourselves, or ourselves away from the light. So just become aware if there is someone that you are unwilling to take with you. So they show me this beautiful portal of white light. And as you, whenever you are ready, steps into this portal, you are being cleared and cleansed. You are being disconnected and detached from this lower frequency openings and beings. And you, I will count to 3, and then you may step through. 1, 2, 3. It is a return to innocence. It is an ending of karma that you upheld due to holding yourself or anyone else responsible. Forgiveness is key. And I see these beautiful beings. Council of Light is placing a crystal in your heart, that is radiating this white light out through your body, through all your bodies and all your minds, radiating it out into the world, and pushing away any interference that is not of light, that is not of love. Just detaching you. So just be honest with yourself. If there is something, someone, yourself or another that you still are refusing to fully receive the light. So much childhood trauma is surfacing. So shawaya tikoronotoros. The white dragons and the dragon breath. Very soothing, very healing, very clearing. With the power of removing delusions, illusions. And as the Archangel Michael is swinging his sword of truth, clearing and cutting through illusions. Releasing this Kentaranational power over us. Set right relationships with Pluto, now stationed direct again. Clearing the misuse of power, fear of being enslaved to the darker forces. The fear of darker forces, so low vibrational beings. There is nothing to fear, the fear of darkness. So the only thing to fear is it's fear itself, right? And there is an illusion. Fear itself is an illusion, and the power it holds, it is the belief in illusions. Santare Korono Santaranai. So they are clearing away all these fears that you are not anything but sovereign, that anything may have power over you, and the fear of your own darkness. And they say that the darkness is a portal that shows you the way to the light. So welcome it, step through it and step into the light. Don't fear it, don't fight it. Just stand firm, stand your ground. Breathe and know that you are a child of the light. And we don't play in this game anymore. As we accept peace, love, stillness. Clearing all bodies, all minds. Radiating out this peace into all areas of our lives, into all relationships, into the world. And be that beacon of light. Wrapping you in this white light, holding you, clearing you, helping you to stay grounded and stay connected to the light as we are moving through this very intense days ahead, moving through this lunar eclipse. So when it is a time of birth, of death and rebirth. And may it bless you greatly. Final blessing from Archangel Michael. You are the only one in your energy field. Thank you. Bless you.